Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad you're here for part two of our series on understanding the scale. If you haven't listened to part one yet, go back and do that first. It's packed with info about why the scale fluctuates and the common patterns I see with my clients. I went over 5 distinct scale patterns that are all normal, even though they may feel frustrating in the moment. I also shared what my own 82-day cut looked like in terms of scale movement and why I didn't let it get in my head. I'm super pumped because we are 6 weeks into the spring shred and everyone is making serious progress towards their summer bodies. They're hitting it hard and I love seeing the dedication. The next chance to work with me is for free. I'm doing a free 5 days of free tools to get chiseled challenge inside of my free Facebook community in June. So head there for more info. It is in Facebook, Kelly Kounts Macros, Counts with a K community. I will put the link in the show notes. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. My daughter Lola had a beach volleyball tournament on Presque Isle, a beautiful peninsula in Erie, PA. My son had another basketball tournament, and I feel like his basketball career is winding down, and I'm going to miss it so much. A new episode drops every Monday. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss a single one. This past week in the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse membership, we made a mock potato salad, cauliflower style. It's low carb, crunchy, creamy, and delish. Of course, there's nothing wrong with carbs, but it leaves more room to fit more fun foods in, especially during the summer. This cauliflower based faux potato salad hits the spot. It's perfect for summer barbecues or meal prep. I like it even more the second and third day. So right now, I don't know about you, but I'm craving all the summer foods. And let me tell you, it's so good. It's packed with protein and even perfect for meal prep as well. Clubhouse members get exclusive access to these recipes inside the app, so you never have to scroll through social media wondering where you save them. Remember, I am featured in Kelly Counts Macros by brand inside of the My Macros Plus app. So I use the My Macros Plus app. And if you go under by brand, Kelly Counts Macros, if you find one of my recipes on social media, you can track it easily there. What's lovely about the Clubhouse members, the membership, you have the added bonus of getting my full recipe book inside the membership for easy access. Quick favor, would you mind leaving me a review? I read every single one and they help me reach more people, which is where my heart is at. So if you haven't yet, please leave a review and hit that follow button. Like I said, a new episode drops every Monday. Let's change the next generation by ditching that dieting mentality. So let's dive into today's topic. Today, we're talking about what you should look at instead of just the scale. Because if you're only measuring your progress by one number, you're missing the full picture. And honestly, you're probably going to feel discouraged when you're actually doing amazing. So let's walk through how to measure real progress during a fat loss phase. Number one, the consistency calendar. I talk about this all the time because it's so powerful. Consistency is the magic pill. Your job is to consistently hit your targets, hit your calories and your protein, not to force your body to drop weight on command. So in my cut and then also in the shred in the Clubhouse monthly membership, we use a consistency calendar to track how often you hit your goals. And for me, in my shredders and ones that are trying to lose weight, your goal is calorie deficit. So I wasn't perfect, but I was consistent. Over 82 days, I showed up again and again and again. And the consistency, that is what drives the results. The scale doesn't measure consistency. But when you look back and see, hey, I hit my macros 85% of the time, that's the data that you can trust. That's what moves the needle. We aim to not have two red X's in a row on our calendars, and you can pick a different goal every month. But if you want to lose weight, your goal should be consistent calorie deficit. So during my cut, my goal on my consistency calendar was calorie deficit. Number two, measurements, your waist, your hips, your thighs, your bust, your arms, your legs. These don't lie. And they often change even when the scale doesn't. So take these and compare every 4, 6, or 8 weeks. During my own cut, I actually took measurements of my waist every 2 to 3 weeks. That's what I was looking to decrease, and I could see the inches coming off, even on the weeks that the scale stayed the same. I started my cut very bloated, and my Lululemon hottie shorts were getting tight. And a lot of my clients will say, my weight's not moving, but I had to go down a notch on my belt, or my leggings feel looser. That's real fat loss. So pick a few consistent points and measure every few weeks. Don't obsess over it. Just collect the data. Pick a pair of jeans or shorts and go off of this, or perhaps that dress you want to wear to that summer wedding, how your bra fits or your rings fit. All great ways to measure. Number 3, progress photos. So many people skip this part. And yes, I know this one can be uncomfortable, but photos tell the truth in a way numbers can't. They show posture changes, muscle tone, puffiness, shape. I noticed a huge improvement in my posture. I couldn't believe it. Okay. So, unfortunately, my natural way to stand is with my lower body kind of popped forward. And I really worked on my form during my workouts and tucking my pelvis more instead of standing with my belly out. I hope that makes sense. You can definitely tell on my before and after photos. It is amazing. So, even if the scale says you're down 2 pounds, your photos might show like you're down 10 pounds, or you may weigh the same but look completely different because of body recomposition, less fat, more muscle. Last episode, we talked about how fat looks on the body and how muscle looks on the body. So, muscle measures less. It has fibers that are closer together and look better on the body. When you take the pictures, just take them in the same lighting and the same clothes. Every 4 to 8 weeks is sufficient. Don't get discouraged when you take your pre-pictures. Believe me, I know it is hard. You kind of want to hide your eyes. You don't want to do it, but you do have an hidden album on your phone. So you can pop those pictures right into that hidden album. If you don't know where that's at, send me a message on my social media and I'll help you find it. But it's great because I'm sure you don't want your kids or your grandkids or even your husband going through your phone and seeing pictures, your pre-pictures. You can do a video. That's another great way to do pictures. Do a video, and then you can either just compare the video or you can screenshot certain shots and then put that into your album. There's multiple ways to take your pictures. Also on your phone, you should have a timer. That's what I use. You can pick like 3, 5, or 10 seconds, and then you can just set up your phone and take your own pictures. So you don't even need to have somebody else seeing you like that. You can totally do it yourself. So every 4 to 8 weeks, you'll be so glad that you have them. So many people want to hide their eyes and only let that plastic box dictate their success. And when you take those progress pictures, flex up and see how you are decreasing that body fat to reveal those defined muscles. Number 4, biofeedback and daily wins. How's your energy? How's your sleep? Is your digestion better? Do you no longer have heartburn? How's your mood? How are your cravings? A lot of times with the increase in protein, your cravings will go down. How are your workouts? Have you created new sustainable habits? These are all signs of progress. If you're feeling stronger, sleeping better, recovering well, and not constantly hungry, those are all wins that often show up before the scale moves. One of my clients had a 2 week span where her weight didn't budge, but she hit a new PR in the gym, had better energy, felt less bloated after meals. That's fat loss happening under the surface. We need to let these catapult us forward. My clients that lose the most weight keep going when they, air quotes, think it's not working. And in my book, the only way to fail is to quit. Number 5, clothing fit. This one is one of my personal favorites. I had a few outfits during my cut that were like measuring tools. When they fit better or they even felt too loose, I knew progress was happening. Jeans, a pair of trouser pants, my Lulu Align pants were looser due to not being bloated anymore. The scale might say you're only down a few pounds, but if your pants are sliding off, like who cares what that plastic box says? You need smaller pants. Now, let's talk about what to do when your weight goes up, even when you've been doing everything right, because it will. Okay. Maybe it's from lifting heavier. Maybe it's from hormones. Hello, week of your period, travel, sleep changes, stress or inflammation, a salty meal, an intense workout, alcohol the night before. These are normal and they don't cancel your progress. Let me repeat that. A temporary uptick on the scale does not erase your progress. A temporary uptick on the scale does not erase your progress. Your job is not to manipulate the scale. Let's talk about how some people sometimes try to manipulate the scale to see a lower number, even though that number isn't telling the truth about real fat loss or health. This is something I've seen over and over again. It's not just with clients, but even with myself in the past when I was a long distance runner. So here are a few examples. Number one, weighing yourself after a long run or intense workout. People sometimes weigh themselves after a long cardio session or a sweaty workout, especially a long run. And yes, the scale might be lower, but that's usually just water loss through sweat. It's not fat loss, it's dehydration. And as soon as you rehydrate, the scale will bounce right back up. Even if you hop on the scale, then you hop off and you drink a bottle of water. Once you step back on the scale, it's going to go up because guess what? You put that water into your body. But someone chasing a certain number might get a dopamine hit from seeing a fake low number and think, great, I'm making progress, when really it's just fluid loss. So be very aware of this. Number two, delaying eating or drinking before weighing. Some people will skip meals, avoid water, or wait until they've gone to the bathroom multiple times before stepping on the scale just to see a lower number. Again, this is all about manipulating variables rather than tracking true trends. Number three, weighing in at unusual times. Another example is only weighing in at their lightest point of the day, like after fasting or after a bowel movement or even after a sauna session. They might avoid weighing themselves after a meal, during their cycle, or after a rest day because they don't want to see the higher number. But again, that's just cherry picking data, not measuring actual progress. Weighing naked or after drying off. This one's subtle, okay, but it's common. Someone steps on the scale, doesn't like the number, so they remove every single item of clothing. If they have a bobby pin in their hair, they take off their watch, they dry off their hair, they wipe off their sweat and step back on, hoping to shave off even a few tenths of a pound. The mental gymnastics here can be exhausting. This last one, avoiding the scale altogether if they think it will be up. Some people avoid the scale after a higher sodium meal, after travel, during their period, or after a social weekend that includes alcohol and the munchies because they don't want to see the damage. But skipping the weigh-in doesn't change the truth. It just disconnects you from the objective data. It becomes less about using it as a neutral feedback tool and more about managing emotions or seeking control. And I just want to say this to you lovingly with a hug. If you're noticing these patterns in yourself, you're not alone. It's super common, especially for women, but the goal here is to heal your relationship with data, heal your relationship with food, heal your relationship with the scale. So you can actually make informed, empowered decisions for your health. This is what's different about me and the way that I coach. We work on the hard stuff. Your job is to stay consistent, evaluate objective progress markers, and keep showing up. Your weight is a range. Your weight is a range. Your weight is a range. Yes, I said that 3 times. All right. My weight can increase or decrease 4 to 5 pounds overnight. So let's say your weight is up by 2 to 3 pounds today. What do? You check your consistency. You look at your measurements. You remember you had a leg day yesterday and your muscles are holding water. You remind yourself it isn't fat gain, it's just a fluctuation. And Kelly says we are not dead pieces of chicken. So we are living, breathing humans that our weight is going to fluctuate. I teach all of this inside of my coaching because mindset is everything. If you don't understand the science of fat loss, you'll constantly second guess yourself, jump from diet plan to diet plan, from fad to fad, or quit too early. Quit plan jumping unless you're jumping over to Kelly Counts macros. I won't let you quit because the one and only way to fail is to quit. So let's sum it up. All right. Number one, the scale is just one piece of data. Number two, real progress shows up in consistency, measurements, photos, clothing, and how you feel. Number three, fluctuations are normal. Don't let them rattle you. Number four, trust the process, be patient, track your data, don't hide your eyes, and zoom out. If you need support with this, or if you're tired of spinning your wheels and getting discouraged, check out my Facebook community, Kelly Counts Macros, Counts with a K, and join the 5 free days in June where I share the tools to get chiseled. Or send me a DM. I love helping men and women understand their bodies, take back their power, and get real results without the drama. So thanks for listening to part 2 of the 2-part series. If this was helpful, take a screenshot, tag me, share it with a friend who needs this message. Please share it with a friend. Let me know if you enjoyed it, what you got out of it. And remember, it's not about the all or nothing mentality. It's about the all or something. You're always doing better than you think you are. See you next time. Talk to you soon.